contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is good, spectacular people? This is SOC Spectacular. Back on the mic to rock your body right. Late in the evening instead of the morning. That's right. But let me finish this here real quick. We're doing anime versus manga. So I think anime is like cartoon version of manga. So let's fix that. So if you like manga or anime versus the comics and American animation, I'm gonna just leave it there. Manga is the book form of anime. Most anime is based on manga. So it started as a book, a little comic, graphic novel, and then they turned it into an anime, which is the cartoon Japanese animation.
I don't know which one I like better.
Don't matter because you don't read. I mean, you had to be into it, really. Comics or anime. Comics or anime. Anime. When I was a kid, I want to take it down. When I was a kid, I'm gonna be real with you.
When I was a kid, we did comics.
Is it on Game Pass? Hell yeah, it's on Game Pass. Boy, you better go get it right now. What's wrong with you? Anyway, when I was a kid, it was like when you went to a Sam Goodies, what they call it? Yeah. Entertainment store, DVD store, or whatever. It used to be these places. I know you kids, y'all got Apple Store stuff. It used to have records. You know what LP is. You know. Anyway, you go to that store, and you would get VHSs, DVDs, blah blah blah, all your entertainment stuff, right? And on the shelf, VHS. That's how old I am. VHS, right? And it was only like one little shelf by maybe a yay long. Maybe 20 titles you could choose from. And if they ain't have it, then you could probably put it on order. But nowadays, what's funny is I gave this speech to my stepdaughters when we was in Georgia, and I was like, "Yeah, now you can go get DVDs and shit. Now you can get Crunchyroll on demand." Spoiled ass kid. You know what? Let me not get into that. But yeah, man, you can get anime anywhere now. So, but the purpose of today's conversation, we're gonna talk about anime versus American comics. That's what we're gonna talk about. All right, so it looks like the stream's holding up today. We're not losing any frames. So far, so good. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But we're going to do it the right way. We got to go into... Let's see. We're going to do it the right way. So we could talk about... Excuse me. Which is better, but ultimately, we can leave that for the end. So anime versus... what if we go... Let's go manga versus comics. Yeah, there we go. There's differences, there's sales, there's reactions. So we're going to do this on the fly. Let's look at what we got here. If you ain't hit that like button, don't forget to hit that like button, my friend. There we go. Let me ask my community. I forgot to throw that out there. There it is. The poll is now live.
Oh, yes.
The poll.
That's right, Dad.
The poll. Where you old folks get your MP3s from? Boy, I'm trying to tell you, that place called LimeWire, boy. Boy, you'll hit that LimeWire and that Napster. Napster was king of it. You remember Napster, boy? What manga did right and where American comics went wrong. Now, see, I already know what they're going to talk about in this video, so I don't really want to touch on that. I don't want to get into politics and SJW stuff. I don't want to get into that. I want to get into like the actual nitty gritty, why people like both. Are comics dying? There's a bajillion topics on this thing, man. Depending on how many people we have here today, I ain't gonna be here long, fam. Japanese are kicking. Ooh, yeah, Young Ripper don't be holding back, man. I watch his podcast on occasion. I like he's a right wing conservative guy. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to be right wing conservative, that's on you. If you want to be left leaning, then that's on you. Ain't got nothing to do with me, I can't say that. Politics oh no, you definitely want to talk about it. We trying to avoid that. Yeah. So here we go. Let's get a little bit more diligent in our search. Differences. There we go. Boom. There we go. The massive cultural differences between manga and Western comics. This was a year ago. And this is by Comics by Perch. And we can get into some discussions based off that. I think American comics really killing itself. And it has been for a long time. For multiple reasons. COVID, I'm just call it, really kickstarted its heart. If you like, imagine your poor dear old aunt lying in bed. It got long, son. And you just hauled back your leg and kicked in the chest. That wouldn't help, right? That wouldn't help. So that's what it was. Comics, mangas. What manga is doing better than American comics? Woo! That's like a 13-minute video right there, boy. But let's go to the one I want to watch. Where we at? Where was it at? I just had the video. Find the video. That's funny because I can remember the name of the group of people that made it. Oh, there it is, right here. This one, fan communities. Oh, this is fan communities. This is comics versus manga, a video essay. Let's go with the differences of the two, right? The video essay on the two. And then let's go with the difference of fan community. So this is by Curly Fries. This video we're about to watch is by Curly Fries.
John Easton said.
So this is comics versus manga. A video essay by Curly Fries. 160 subscribers. Let's check out what they got to say. All right. So let's pause this, and I'm gonna just play just maybe 2-3 minutes of it, and we'll talk. You said manga is self-contained, man. Comics been retconning and retelling stories for 40. I think really you can think that the other way around. Is comics is kind of self-contained, but retconning, yeah. I mean, the way I see it, as far as that goes, I want to talk about that. At first, I thought it was like something cheesy and blah blah, but you kind of have to invent the heroes well if you want to stay fresh, right? Batman can't be in black and white and hold on 1960 handgun talking like this in 1993. So they kind of had to update the characters every so often, and those crises, as DC call them, DC crisis, and I don't think Marvel. I don't know if Marvel has a formal name for their events, but whenever they reset their little comic worlds, I think it's kind of a must. So I used to think of it as a bad thing, but now it's a must if you want to keep selling product, right? If you view it that way, if you view it as they selling product, then yeah, you got to kind of do that. But yeah, I mean, I like manga because they tell one long drawn out story. The bad part is, look at Dragon Ball. When fans want more because they don't retcon or reinvent, then you got worn out. Like Dragon Ball Super didn't interest me at all. And I guess diehard fans would love it, but I think I was satisfied at the end of Dragon Ball, not GT. I guess people don't count GT. Well, at the end of the regular Dragon Ball, I was good. So I think they told enough story there. But Dragon Ball GT, I watched a little bit, not all of it. If I ever watched their TV, I probably tried watching its entirety because I didn't watch it in order. But anyway, let's get on with this.
So you got 3 questions, so we'll go with
So
the first
so
one.
which one you like better, boss? Manga
You
or
guys
comics?
think that anime and Eastern cartoons have become popular due to the decline in quality in Western shows?
Yes. Wow, that was fast. It's hard to argue that American comic books didn't shape Western culture to the way it is today. Stories of great heroes fighting off villains for our time. They inspire us to be better and overcome struggles within our everyday life from external forces. Yet despite nearly 7 years of cultural dominance, there's a new kid on the block, an Eastern threat that is taking over our bookshelves, our marketplace, and our hearts. It's no secret that manga and anime are becoming staples in Western culture, and it's no secret that manga is beating out American comic books, and I'm here to find out why.
I think comics is trying to be diverse, right? Manga was already diverse without even trying. It already touched multiple eras, right? It was nothing for them to touch upon phobias or multi-diverse background characters, deep storylines. It goes places that American comics won't dare because it's on this strict regiment of. It's funny. It says American comics want you to believe that it's so wholesome and upstanding, yet they'll do some of the shadiest stuff in the industry and in the stories. Meaning they're not beyond shortchanging their artists in the American comic book industry, right? And in the stories, they're not about shorting their characters or selling the characters out to do something. What's up, Cal? So, I think really morally and business wise, that's where anime manga is winning now overall. If we want to talk finance is why people, but I think to speak to the culture, you can just be more freakier and loose and kind of be you with anime. Anime has cosplay and all this stuff. Not that you can't cosplay American comic characters, but I think I see more kids cosplaying anime characters than they do American characters. That's what I see. But let's move on with this video.
Look at any platform.
Once again, if you just got in here, this video is by Curly Fries, Comics versus Manga, and it's a video essay. So we're gonna just dissect a little bit and then move on to my next video.
Google or YouTube between.
But if you got any comments, or anything to bring up about anime and manga, drop them right now. We could talk about it while we're going.
And you can see there is a clear winner. When Demon Slayer gets to outsell DC and Marvel combined in sales, there's something that manga is doing that Western comics are failing at. Before continuing, I want to note that I think it's unfair to give credit to anime being the reason for manga beating out comic books due to how successful Marvel movies and DC animated films are.
Really?
Both manga and comics have their cinematic equivalents that bring in new fans to the scene. And while anime movies like the Demon Slayer movie are breaking box office,
what I really want to do is a Marvel Comics versus the MCU. I think I need to do that next. That's what the next stream need to be. Marvel Comics versus the MCU and what the difference is, what's better. Because I understand, it always is, you have to make adaptations for the movies, right? You got to make it make sense to real life. But sometimes I'm just like, some changes they make, I'm never with it. And MCU, over the years, I become less and less of a fan. From when the X-Men came out, not MCU, I know, but when the X-Men first came out in 2000, that's when I was first a believer. That's when I was finally like, oh my God, they did it. They finally, if you were there to see the X-Men in 2000, that's when you was probably like, oh shit, they did it, boss. This is it. They made an actual good live action superhero movie, because if you was alive before then, woo! And then let's talk about it on the other hand though. What about anime movies? I don't think there has been an anime movie that tried to turn live action that was good. I could be wrong about that though. I'm sorry, bro. Is that sis you talking to? No, I'm talking to y'all. What are you talking about? She's not even in here.
As records, Marvel movies are still.
I like anime, but it gets boring with stereotypes. What do you mean? Elaborate, Razor.
Dominant in that department.
Also, Razor's in the house. What's up, Razor? Don't forget to hit that like button. Comics are too woke.
Manga and comic books.
See, I didn't want to go in the woke area. I don't want to go in that area. That's the area, like, I want to dissect this without going in that area. It's easy to say that comics are woke and that's why they're failing. I would attribute it more to bad writing than I would being woke. Is woke the cause? Is the bad writing the cause of wokeness, or vice versa? So that's debatable, but I would say that. What's this over here? Okay. I would say that the wokeness is a contributing factor, but I wouldn't want to argue on that hill. But yeah, this is Comics versus Manga video essay by Curly Fries. I'm not gonna go too deep into that because he already talked about diversity, and I'm not going into that right now. That's not where I wanted to go with it. So let's get up off that. How about I had another one lined up. Differences with fan communities. Let's talk about the fan base in this one.
Últimas noticias.
Ultima Notizia. Man, that made me want to keep watching that commercial. That was so snappy, wasn't it? So this video is differences with the fan communities, manga and US comics. But before we get into that, let's look at these comments. I like anime. Yes, I'm here. She says, "What's up, wifey?" Comics been woke. You ever read X-Men comic? See, I didn't want to go there, but we going there. I don't want to call it woke. I think if we were to break down what woke is, I think a lot of people taking woke and just, it's a pejorative now more so than anything. To state that something is woke outside of comics. Let's talk about woke real quick. Woke would be your elevation. When I was a kid, being woke and awakened to an enlightened state of being was really not just going through life and you recognize certain stuff around you, like, oh shit, this motivated by that, this, that. That's a loose term. These days is all about ideologies. What's my gender and what's my race and da. That's what it's. So it's more about identity politics more so than anything else to me. Wokeness in comics. It's taking something in comics. In American comics, it's taking something and changing it. That's all it really is. To me, what it amounts to. Wokeness in comics, it's not like it's a philosophy, you know. Let's go back to these comments though. Yes, I'm here. Comics have been woke. And when people put it like that, have you ever read an X-Men comic? I wouldn't call X-Men. I wouldn't even call X-Men woke. I would call it liberal. The X-Men comics were liberal minded because liberal minded people would always look for new and better ways to do something. They're open minded. They were supposed to be, so to speak. Conservatives were the ones that were always scared and no change. I'm not. And notice I didn't use any R word or bias or prejudice. I didn't use none of that. It's really so more the feelings that I'm connecting with being a conservative or you know how they express themselves. That's what I look towards. But back to this. That's off topic. X-Men comics. I love the X-Men. I think the X-Men were an idea first, and then they progressed into like a preachy thing, while still being good though. It addressed phobias and stereotypes and biases and prejudice. It addressed all that. But it did it in a way where it used the X-Men themselves as an outlet. Rather than having a racial identity group, they used the X-Men as the bigoted group, the people that people were bigoted against. So I like the X-Men because not only did it stretch those social ideas, but it also told good stories, got some good action. Like it had relationships. It had a lot of stuff wrapped into the old X-Men books. Can't say what that is now, right? Because I haven't read an X-Men book lately, but well, you get a protagonist that is either dumb, eats a lot. Eats a lot. I thought I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought every Japanese or anime protagonist ate a lot. I just thought that what it was. I thought if you're the protagonist, you just eat a lot. That's just what it is. Eats a lot, have a phobia of getting girls, and many others. I think that's where the reason behind that, and that is true. But the reason why that trope or that archetype exists is because the Asians still care about Japanese still care about teaching through the cartoons their culture, right? We used to teach our values, I would say family values, our values to our cartoons too. Remember G.I. Joe and He-Man teaching you something at the end, even though it was a thinly veiled commercial, yes, but it still took the time to say, hey guys, this is the right thing to do. That was moralistic, right? No, back to back to the Japanese anime comics. Manga. They want to teach their young men to be strong. That's why. And I've heard this. I'm not sure, so don't quote me. But I've heard that the protagonist is usually, when he's a dude, he's usually like effeminate looking, kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Oh God, what's the word I'm looking for here? Androgynous. He's kind of androgynous looking because that's what females dig over there. Hey man, I'm finna say something. See, I was finna say something. I've been a bad host. I was gonna say something about their looks. Bad host. Don't go there. But let's look at a little of this, and I'm gonna answer some more of your comments. Differences with fan communities. This is talking about the communities, all right? American comics are not hungry. What you mean by that, Calvin? You said American comics are not hungry. What that mean? Yeah, the government has hijacked woke. Yeah, white women don't hijack woke. That's who hijacked woke.
Perch, and I
don't forget girls with huge artillery.
The last shipment of the physical copies of Gemini Jump off to the mail, meaning this thing is fully fulfilled. And the cool part is one.
All right, let's go forward a little.
Listen to those interviews. We just wanted to have some fun and put something out at a cheaper price point and try and make something a little enjoyable for people. It's a couple of people come in to dunk on me and they're like, $60, the $80. Let's throw. Let's see what you can do. I meet me and every now and then somebody meets me. I think their reaction is always like, I've listened to in the past. There's some videos here of a couple different ones.
All right, I can tell you this ain't gonna do us no good right now. But I will take the time to look at the screen. These are, I think, the modern Marvel heroes, I believe. Like, this is like the Young Avengers, along with some of the other younger heroes, like Miles Morales and Kid Nova, maybe. And to me, it's like, you just take these kids, like, of course you make a Young Hulk. Oh, derivative, right? But then Miles Morales is like an oddball here, right? He is a Spider-Man, but he's not the Spider-Man. What do we call him? Like, when you're out, this would really get me with this particularly. Like I say, without addressing race directly, we can talk about that, but I'm going to this route. When we're in, and this is the same problem with DC's Wally West. when we're out and about and we're fighting crime, what do we call him? Do we call him Miles or do we call him Spider-Man? And if Peter with us, what do we call him then? Do we call him both Spider-Man? Do we call him Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2? This is what I'm talking about. It get ridiculous, fam. It's like blatant marketing to me. Like we want to tell stories, but it's hard for me to imagine that these two guys got bit by spiders and exist in the same place at the same time. What's the odds of one guy getting? That's why he was the only Spider-Man. What's the odds of one guy getting bit, let alone two? And that's just one example. Then Thor, when they said, and I remember when they first came out of the comic with it, Mighty Thor, it's a Thor, not female Thor. Okay, that's cool, but look what let's throw that off the table once again. Thor had cancer. What the superhero with cancer? What's it? I'm not saying, and that existed before, but under her conditions, she already had the cancer, then became a superhero. She didn't was a superhero that got cancer. And I think there's a difference. It's really amazing how you would tell me a superhero got cancer if you got a high metabolism and resistance to neither here nor there. Let me see. Don't forget, girls, we already read that. We call Miles the human spider. Who? I'm for real though. I really need an answer to that question. Jokey joke, ha ha ha. But I really need to know. For anybody who reads comics right now, American comics, and you read Spider-Man with Miles in it, what do you call this guy, man? You might say Miles Morales. Okay, not when he in Spider-Man costume. You don't call him that. I know you, because he's a secret identity. So do you call him Spider-Man? Yeah, we call him Spider-Man. Well, what do you call him when the other Spider-Man is around? Spider-Man 1 and 2? Black Spider-Man? White Spider-Man? What do you call him, man? I need a legit answer to that question. And Ironheart, oh my God, I don't even get caught. So the idea now is that American comics have ran out of good ideas, I think. For the recycling idea part, they really just ran out of good ideas, I think. But yeah, this guy's ain't gonna give us no good. So let's look for another video we can hit up. They don't want to put the work. They don't put no work on new characters and story. Most of the work is from old days. Black Sri Lanka. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna say this to you. The problem with everything is the problem is the same all over. The problem is the same all over. What do I mean by that? If you notice, video games are weak, movies are weak, comics are weak. Almost everything we like is getting weaker, right? Like the things we used to love is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why? Because everybody that run them are pretty much the same age. People don't look at it this way. They probably in the 30 to 35. The people that's actually producing the stuff, not the high up guy, but the guy that's actually writing, directing. Those guys are somewhere in the 25 to 32. Let's go to 25 to 35 range, right? And if that's the case, look at the mentality of the average 25 to 35 year old. They don't really give a crap about nothing. They always want to do stuff easy. They always want to take the easy route. You ever say they complain a lot? So now turn around and look at the comic books you get. Look at the comic heroes you get. The printing isn't good. The stories aren't on time as they used to be. The characters are sloppy and crappy. And stories is lazily written. Notice I'm addressing all this without any racial tones or anything like that or any politics. I'm telling you straight up what's wrong with the actual comic. Not a feeling, but look, it's weak. Straight up. What's up, Chris? You gotta go outside? Come here. Yeah, this girl creeped me out. Anyway, she even used to be in there all day. But the actual comic itself is weak. On the anime and manga, not manga itself, but if we separate anime for a while, I think a lot of people would argue that. I've heard, and even when I was heavily into manga and anime, I heard a lot of people argue that the manga was always, if you wanted to compare manga and manga and anime, then the manga was always the stronger of the two, meaning the book was stronger than the actual TV show or OVA. And I think that's to be expected because you only have so much time and energy and resources to create an animation from a book that's maybe God knows how many volumes and entries to it, right? Look at One Piece. Somebody said that's like 800 episodes or some mess. 1,000 episodes to One Piece. I let's say I wasn't in One Piece. That would be so intimidating. I'd be like, nah, I'm not even doing it, fam. So see, that's a bad part of what you talked about, boss. The stories keep going. Like, God damn, I don't want to even jump on this bitch right here. Or let's say I did jump on, right? Let's say I jumped on the One Piece, and we're in episode 755, and I like, wow, this is pretty good because I've done this before too. It's pretty good, man. How far back do I gotta go? Say what? How many? What? Nah, I'm not doing it. Not doing it, fam. So it's just, man. I mean, personally, it's a lot to keep up with it. To me, that's why my main reason for not even keeping up with anime, manga, none of this stuff is it's just a lot to keep up, and it's ever changing. And I personally, I don't like the rules changing to my stuff, right? If Peter Parker is a white guy from New York who lost his uncle and now he wear a red and blue spider suit, then I'm cool with that. But when you flip that radically upside down and now he gone, I grew up on that. It's gonna be a hard sell for me to accept anything else. That's just me though. Let me look at what else we got. Black Tarantula, that's what you want to call him. Miles is Spider-Man in his storyline, and Peter is Amazing Spider-Man in his storyline. You ain't gonna be able to answer this. You might as well stop. Anybody? Let me say this. It's not gonna work. And you say in his storyline. They now, from my understanding, unless they changed it, they now exist in the same world. Right? They used to be separate. Now they exist in the same world. And if that's still true, okay, they Spider-Man in this story. He's Spider-Man in his story. They come together. My question now is, what do they call him? Since we trying to be cute, we gonna get cute with it, right? What when Spider-Man? I don't even understand. When Peter Parker meets Miles Morales and they team up, what do they call each other? Let's say they out with Mary Jane or freaking what's her name? Gwen Stacy. You know, what's the Spider Girl, Spider Stacy, whatever her name is. Say they out all the three of them. What was? Hey Spider-Man, what's up? Like what are we? Oh no, this ain't gonna work, fam. Imagine, hey, real talk. Imagine hanging on the block with your boy Peter, and it's two Peters. You gonna find a way to separate the two Peters, I know, because I was a kid and we had two Kevins. So what you gonna do? Call him Peter A, call him Peter B, call him White Peter, call him Black Peter. What you gonna do? But trust me, you gonna separate the two Peters. And if you don't, if you want to be, you gonna be saying Peter, and they both like what, and it's gonna be that all day long. So Peter is Spider-Man and Miles is Spider-Man. This man is funny. This man being funny, dog. They call each other their name. Okay, let's do this. So we web slinging, right? Let's go back to the example I'm setting for you, right? We web slinging. Oh man, it's Peter, it's Miles, and it's Gwen, right? They all web slinging. They land on the scene. They trying to take down multiple Sinister Six, right? Go over here, Spidey. Hey, Spidey. Like what? I'm trying to get one of their attention, but I need one specifically. Now what, Calvin? What? I don't even know what to say. What do they say then? They're Spider Pig. We getting caught up on this, but really, I'm trying to be for real. Same thing with the Flash, Wally West. And you know what's funny? Not only did they keep the Flash, the Black Flash, Kid Flash, and the other Kid Flash, but then they both got called Wally West. That's even worse. For what are we doing, man? I'm telling you, I can easily enter the realm of racial stuff, but I'm purposely staying away from it because it becomes even more ridiculous when you. I'm trying to show you it's ridiculous on its face, right? To have these characters together, but it becomes more ridiculous when you introduce the racial part. Some people going to defend, no, bro, it's stupid, man. Look, these companies are shooting themselves in the foot. Really. If I want to sell you Flash merchandise, now the guy, I'm the guy that's at the company, and I'm like, okay, well, I got to decide who likes which Flash. I got well, send the red Flash shirt out and send that yellow. But they're not that yellow shirt. The other yellow shirt, because that's the other Flash. Which Flash? The Flash with the high top fade. Send that out. And that's another thing. If you want to get a race. All black characters look alike. Apparently artists, I don't know who the artist is, they can only draw high top fade, and sometimes they can do high top fade and afro, and sometimes they can do dreadlocks. Sometimes. like how many, if you looked up how many black hairstyles it is, it probably blow your mind, but we don't really change it. Storm is the only, you know what? I give it to her too. Storm is about the only black woman I know in comics that actually changed her hair as much as a real black woman would change her hair. Real talk. You could pull up 5 different versions of Storm's hairstyle right now, and that'll be consistent with a black woman. That's the only black woman I know right now that fits the bill superhero-wise. Storm. There's a Spider Pig. Even worse, there's a black Wally and a white. I said that. I was trying to tell you, it's worse with the Flash. I don't know, man. Who needs a secret identity, right? But back to the main conversation. We really wanted to talk about comics versus manga or anime, right? What manga is doing better? This is going to be most of these conversations. I wanted to do the research ahead of time, but I was like, I also want to do it on the spot in the stream. But most of these videos now work their way towards whether they're against or for woke in comics. That's the argument now. And to me, it goes way deeper than that. It goes way deeper than just that. What sells more, manga or Western comics? Well, it's gonna be manga. I already know that. We don't need to watch that video. Woke America. See, everything we see here is all woke on comics. Why no one is collecting Superman? Superman weak as hell. That's why nobody collected Superman. Superman been weak a long ass time. Superman his own worst enemy, bro. I've always said that to people. The reason why nobody can write a good Superman story is because Superman is like God. He's almost like God, fam. He can't lose. And Batman can't lose, but Batman faced adversity on his way to not losing, right? We all know Batman's going to win, right? Eventually he going to win. But he's going to get beat up, busted up, a little dusty on the way there. Superman, however, that was the whole reason why they killed him. They had to get a nobody from somewhere. Doomsday, yeah, that guy, kill him. It could have been his other people he was messing with, because, Lex Luthor ain't really trying to kill Superman. You know what I mean? Joker ain't really trying to kill Batman. He done said that outright, too. What would I do without you? Type shit. So, I don't know. I go back to something that Ball said. American comics really just redundant. I always thought as a kid, that's why I like the Punisher. I always thought as a kid, why the fuck would I put a guy in jail so he could break out? Like, this is a repeated thing with this guy. I lock this guy up. He somehow, the jail ain't good enough to hold a guy. They break out. And we've done this several times over the years. And that's another reason I progress towards the Punisher, but then you progress towards anime and manga where most of the times it's one or two things for the villain. Either he gonna die, he gonna face off with the protagonist and die, or he one of those sub protagonists like Vegeta, and he gonna face you and then he gonna be like, oh no, and he gonna become your friend later. And like I didn't see videos of this. Whenever the villain become your friend, he always weaker. He's substantially weaker. He was pushing you to the limits 2 months ago. Now that he's your friend, he weak as shit. He like the weakest one. Well, he ain't the weakest one in the group. I'm drinking that lemonade up. Let me see. Gotta have the yin. Oh, that was you. They're the same person, but one is black and one is white. You know what? I have not been following the progression of Wally West. I don't really follow DC Comics, period. I just know about it because I used to follow the CW, and then I would periodically poke in like a YouTube video and see what was going on with DC and stuff. So I was only aware of what was going on with the Black Wally and all that stuff because of that. I really don't. I could go DC versus Marvel and another stream, and that'd be something because when I was a kid, I preferred Marvel. When I was a kid, but then I saw how both of them were just not only crappy comics, but crappy business people, right? But look what they did to Bill Finger. I hear what you're saying. Again, say their name. This man's still stuck on that. It's just like Green Lanterns. They call by their name. That's a... No, they don't. 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 When any hero is together, like Marvel Comics or whatever, right? Like when any Western hero group is together, they call themselves their names all day. Yes. Superman, they call Clark Bruce and Bruce Clark, blah, blah, blah. Yes. That's everybody. That's everybody. But when you in heat of battle, ain't no way. It's 100 Green Lanterns, and I'm going to yell out Green Lantern. But to be fair, Green Lanterns don't have, when they're in space, they don't have secret identities. That's some Earth shit. Think about it. Green Lanterns don't have secret identities in space. That's like going to Asia and calling them Asians. They're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's like going to Japan and calling them Asians. Bro, there's no Asians here. This is Japanese people here. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? So you can't... what I'm saying is, there's a point, if I got the same name as this guy, what do we call each other? Hey, Flash. Hey, Flash. That works for cutesy little episodes where the Flash meets himself. Like where Barry West... Barry West? Is Barry West? Is Barry West? Yeah. Is it where Barry meets another copy of Barry? No, not Barry West. It's Barry Allen. My bad. Where Barry Allen... I was thinking about Iris West. Where Barry Allen meets Barry Allen, a different version that works, yeah. But they call this guy is the Flash. That's why they used to call him Kid Flash, to make the distinction. So now there's two Kid Flash, and get out of here, bro. Stop it, man. I don't know who's. I think DC is worse than that. I was gonna say I don't know who's worse, but DC always have a family of people. They just went overboard with it. Think about it. If they got a famous superhero, he gonna have a bajillion derivative people. The Bat family.
That's why I couldn't keep up.
At first it started off like, Batman. Well, we need something for kids. Robin. We need something for women. Batwoman. Batgirl. And then after a while, after being cute like that, it was just like, you know what? Make them all just real. Like, just call them the Bat family. And they all train under Bruce. And it's just, you know what I mean? But it's silly. Superman, the last son of Krypton. Not really, fam. Because here comes Superboy, 32 flavors of Superboy, too. Here comes Supergirl, 32 flavors of Supergirl, too. Here comes Crypto. Somehow, a dog survived that bitch. I would say, there's a billion Green Lanterns. There's 3 Green Arrows. In fact, come on, man. That's what... DC was like it's like kindergarten. All right, how we gonna differentiate all our Arrow people? Green Arrow. Okay, what about the other guy? Red Arrow. Oh, okay. So what about this guy? Yellow Arrow. Yeah. All right, so we're all clear. When the guy wears black, we call him Black Arrow. That's how I go, fam. That's how they do things over here. Like the mind, the great minds at DC. That's how they think. That's how they think, bro. If they could get away with it, they call him Black Batman. They call him Black Batman. It's like that. That's funny. That's a meme. It's a meme I saw recently, but I saw it like years ago. And it's a Batman leaves his mouth uncovered because and listen to the words of it. He needs the police to know that he white. He suggests. He needs the police to know that he. Hey, look. Even though he got a bulletproof suit and all that, right? He needs to know the police to know that he white. Why? Let that man go, man. He was just trying to do good. Let that man go. Batman's a fuck. Let him go, dog. He cool, dog. Yeah. Commissioner Jordan ain't gonna press no charges, man. But Spider-Man, the whole thing about old Spider-Man was he could be black. Now he is black. Could you imagine a black Spider-Man for real? Spider-Man wouldn't get shit done, would he? He would imagine it. He wouldn't get shit done. As soon as he landed on the scene, you know how it is for Peter Parker. Hey, as soon as Spider-Man landed on the scene, oh shit, oh wait, hey, look, I can't save nobody. He'd be gone, fam. He couldn't do it. Police be fucking this shit up, bro. Like the police is, hey, as much as the police hate Peter Parker, they don't know it's him. They real nice to that version of Spider-Man, ain't they? I seen a comic book with hey, peep this. Spider-Man is in a court of law with a mask on. How did he get in the building? First off top, how he got in the building? Then they allowed to keep the mask on and testify. How do we know who we getting testimony from? It's all ridiculous on his face. Oh damn, she got a lighter, baby. Anyway, I hear what you're saying again. Green Lanterns don't have secret identities. Basically, what he's saying. I mean, that's what it is, though. Like on Earth, they have a secret identity because they on Earth. Which is where they advanced the Green Lantern to. In space, Green Lanterns don't have secret identity because they in space. Like it's no chance that Hal Jordan's neighbor gonna see him in Sector 33. It just ain't gonna happen. So he don't worry about that, right? He not worrying about that. But when he on Earth, he can't just he not Green Lantern all day. So when he go chill, you gotta take shit out. But the problem arises when there's 3-4 Green Lanterns on Earth, which there is for some stupid reason. Now it used to be one guy for Earth. Then it was 2. Then it was 3. Now it's like several people on Earth as Green Lanterns. If that was the first guy, I'd be like, so what? You trying to say I ain't doing a good job? What are we trying to say? Come on, Guardians. It's 5 of the clowns on Earth right now. First, y'all let that Kyle Rayner kid get a ring. Shoot. And then y'all gave Jon Stewart a ring. Then Guy Gardner. Then Shabazz guy. Then the girl, I don't know what her name is. Like, god dang. It's nothing to be a Green Lantern fan. You can find that ring in a Cracker Jack box, big dog. You feel me? Now y'all got me. We supposed to be talking about difference between anime and got me tearing down DC. But back to I like personally. Let's get to how I feel about it. I like anime better. If I was gonna choose one, it wouldn't be hard at all either. It'd be anime and manga, hands down. Cause I don't have time for this laundry list of stuff. I don't have time for in the world of comics. I just don't, fam. Now I got Marvel comic characters because the reason why I got these guys is I love the old Marvel. I love what Marvel used to be in the 80s to about 95, 98. That's when I still cared about Marvel comic and characters. So I like these classic characters from then, the classic comic characters from then. That's what I collect, and that's what I like to remember them as, and I use them for my own little skits and stuff. But now I could give a hoot about what Marvel doing, fam. I could give a god dang about what they doing, bro. They can have 32 Spider-Men, and I wouldn't care, bro. I would not care. Because it's not that important, big dog. They're the same person, but one is blonde. I already read that. Green Lanterns, I already read that. Jon Stewart, keep a 40 on him, man. You know what? You playing around, but the other Green Lantern that was a part of his little story arc. The Shabazz, the Muslim guy. I think that. Get mad at me. Malik. I forget his name. I forget his real name, but he had a mask on and he had a gun, and for the longest he wouldn't get rid of his gun. Now you got the power. This ring this ring could construct a gun if you wanted it to, but man was like, nah, I still need my real gun. He was like, man, let's think about this. This is what I mean by weak writing. I have the power to fly, shoot laser. My pistol, because you never know when I'm being space. You might run into some space monster. My ring might not be enough. I need to put on my sidearm and pow. Because that works all the time. You know what I mean? I ran into Superman just the other day and pow, and it worked. Green Lantern couldn't beat Superman with his Green Lantern ring. Why are you carrying a gun? I don't know, sir. I don't know. But yeah, he actually carried a gun. So why you talking about Jon Stewart? Jon Stewart is just one of those characters people love. Jon Stewart, who else? Luke Cage. These are characters you don't even have to say they black, but people love them. I'm gonna say this: Usually when the character named Black, that's when people don't really like him. Look at Static Shock. People love, man, motherfuckers love Static. Black, nowhere in his name, baby. Nowhere in his name. Except for Falcon. He a piece of shit, man. Except for Falcon. He was, hey, the idea of Falcon was boo-boo back then, and he's boo-boo now. Let me say this. Falcon rank, if I was to rank Avengers, right? Falcon ranks higher than Black Widow and Hawkeye, but lower than everybody else. And why? Simply because he could fly. And not even fly like on his own, like Vision fly. He need a pack on his back. You know what I mean? That shit on his back. But without that shit, that kite on his back, he a regular old dude. He a regular. We just left regular old Anthony Mackie come help fight Thanos. Are you fucking kidding me? Regular. I'm gonna say it's Hispanic. Who regular as Anthony Mackie coming to fight Thanos? Can you imagine that? Like, what if it was up to him to do something? Like, what are you gonna kick Thanos? What? Come on, fam. This like Black Widow and Black Widow solely because she used guns make her better than Hawkeye. If we had to fight somebody hand to hand, okay, they both on equal footing, but here's my thing. I love the first Avengers, right? But there was a point where they did that little spinning around in a circle when they all came together, and I was like, you can't be serious. Everybody on this team ain't contributed equally. Everybody, if we line all the Avengers up, I think we could agree that everybody on this team is not contributing equally. Hey, there's the Hulk flying through there. He just tackled that big ass dragon monster. Oh my goodness. Oh shoot, Tony Stark just flew into outer space. He shoot him up. Oh shit. Captain America put in a show. Pop, pop, pop. Hey, Black Widow over there. She let off about. She ran out of ammo though. She let off a couple shots. She ran out of ammo though. Yeah. She tried to kick that Chitauri alien in the mouth, and her leg got crumbled to pieces because she ain't really got no powers, bro. And Hawkeye, he ran out of arrows, so you know. It's silly. I like, even with my collection back here, I'm like, man, if I could find a Hawkeye cheap, I'd get him. But number one, I'm not gonna find a Hawkeye cheap, and number two, I don't fucking like Hawkeye. Never have, never will. And the only reason I would get Hawkeye would be to complete the Little Avengers team. Like I'm gonna say this. And you can take this how you want. He's a must for white people, for white collectors. Love you to death. But Hawkeye is a must for white collectors. Like, everybody love Captain America, right? Even if you're a black, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get back America, Captain America, right? But you ain't really. Hey, you know what? Hawkeye, white people take Hawkeye serious like black people take Black Panther serious. Now you might say, hey man, Black Panther more powerful than Hawkeye. And you're right. I'm just telling you. The way people praise, black people praise Black Panther is the way white people praise Hawkeye. Because Hawkeye ain't doing shit for nobody. Hawkeye ain't, what's his power? He never missed. You sure? Sure? I'm pretty sure at some point in his life he missed. Even, and I'm talking about his most recent well-trained days. He missed something. But if that's the qualification for being on the team, put me in, coach. If the qualifications is never missing, put your boy in. You ain't say what I'm missing, so I can't fuck with Hawkeye. I really can't. I just couldn't do it, fam. He's not that guy. But back to if we going on me, we'll be watching anime, reading manga. We won't be watching MCU. We won't be we won't be reading comics. You know, it's not no Spider-Man, not no Batman, none of that shit now, because it's all trash, fam. Now, in the year 2023, let me go back to my big screen. In the year 2023, American comics straight trash, bro. That's what I want to eventually get to. So, I would not feel good walking into an American comic book store and be like, hey, my good man, give me one copy of the local Hulk comic. I just wouldn't feel good. Give me that Avengers. Young at that. Give me the young Avengers. Nah, I just wouldn't feel good about it, bro. You just wasted how... And comic books cost... Alexa, what's the cost of the average American comic book?
From comictees.com, the average price of a comic book ranges between $4 and $6, and graphic novels running about $20 per collection.
Did she say $4 to $6? She said 4 to 6? 4 to 6. Bro, when I was a kid, 75 cents. 35 cents. 35 cents is the cheapest I remember comic book being. That's an unfair comparison. But look at the leap from 35 to 75 to $1. I'm telling you all the little jumps I remember. $1, $1.25, $1.50. The most I remember paying the cover book price, because I still buy my old comics, is $2.75. And even then, I was like, that's outrageous. $2.75 for a couple of printed pages? Not a real book, a comic book. And now you want $4 to $6. You want $6? You want $6? for two Spider-Men that don't know what to call each other. for two Kid Flashes that ain't Kid Flash no more, but don't know what to call each other. But they both named Wally. Nah, get out of here, fam. You need not look any. If you really want the answer, you need not look any further than what the CW was. The CW is what happened to all of comics, American comics. It boiled down to dragging somebody out in the hallway, having a discussion with them, and telling them they could do better. That's what American comics is now. You do better. Hey, remember the end of Captain America and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? You gotta do better, Sinner. Hey, look, if you were Superman and you landed and you said you better do better, Sinner, I'd be like, shh. I'm on it. Like if Wolverine came up to me and was like, shh, you better do better, bub. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna do better. But if fake ass Captain America, Falcon, I don't even know what to call this man. What do they call him? Did they call him Captain America? I don't know what to call him. See, that's another problem. But if Anthony Mackie Captain America landed and told me you gotta do better, I'm like, boy, if you don't get your ass off me, I'll slap. You gotta do better with that outfit you got on. Who you think you fooling, boy? That mask ain't fooling nobody, Peter. I see you under there. You the only motherfucker on Third Street with a fade and a gold tooth. Fuck you talking about, boy? You ain't got no real superpowers. Who you threatening? Who you threatening, bro? Come on, be for real. You want to call yourself Captain America and you've got no super strength? Stop it. Stop it right now. Man will never show up in time. Man be late to every crime. Man be late to every crime, dog. What's wrong, baby? You don't like that? You salty? Tell black people to stop being late. I love black people, man. You know why? It's easy to make us mad. And instead of saying, I'm going to do better, we were like, you better stop talking. You better stop talking, nigga. Let me stop. I'm about to say the N-word. Oh, damn, baby, where the rest of the smoke at? All right, anybody got anything else? Because I'm keeping this one old school Falcon. Make me think he was molded after Robin. He, in a weird way, he was. For a while, they had him. They wanted him to talk to. Let me get over here. No, let me get out of here in a second. They wanted him to be talking to Falcon, Marvel, 1980s. They wanted him to talk to Falcons. Actually, talk to Falcons, and then they stopped that. They didn't know what they wanted to do. But this is his costume back then. This is what they had your man run on the street in. This is what they had my man's out there on the street on, fam. I'm like, damn, bro. This man like a gigolo with feathers, boy. Why they did that to my man? Now this right here was a little decent outfit for him. This thing right here was decent. But like I was saying, fam, who can't tell that's you? Picture me in that mask. You couldn't tell it was me? If I came with this raggedy ass mask on, you'd be like, Spectacular, stop playing, boy. Take that shit off. We know it's you. Come on now, fam. Like he should have put at least a full-headed mask on and shaved the thing or something, bro. Come on, man. You ain't fooling nobody. I'm being serious, bro. Or do you not want a secret identity? I mean, if you don't want one, let me know. You said, would you play Tunk with Gambit though? Oh, I think you messed that word up. You said Tunk. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that you got that wrong. This man right here. You know what's crazy though? Look at this guy. I don't know this guy's name, right? I don't know who this is. But look how his wings are. His wings come out of his back. So his wings are arguably attached, like come out of his body. So he gonna be always flying. Not Falcon. Look, man, look at this picture right here. He looking all a little spicy. Look at what he looking like. They really got my man looking spicy in this picture, boy. He ain't got no wings. Why? Because he don't really have wings. He got a costume. And notice, I'm not tearing Luke Cage down. Notice I ain't tearing Static Shock down. I'm just telling you straight up truth. This, whether he was white or black, this man right here whack as fuck, fam. He was whack. He's whack, bro. He like a wrestler, right? He like Coco Beware right here. They did this man wrong. You can't imagine no brother, no red and white costume running around with no Falcon on his shoulder. Talking about, I'm Falcon. No, you not. Baby, you going to sleep? My baby going to sleep on me. I'm going to close this out, y'all. You never played the card game Tunk. Oh, Tunk. You talking about Tunk. You talking about Tunk. You said Tunk. Tunk. Is that how you spell it, Tunk? Is that how you spell it? Would you play Tunk with Gambit? Nah, I wouldn't do that with Gambit. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all. We have to do another topic next week. I don't know what we're going to do. I'll see. But probably going to happen on Fridays. Keep doing these on Fridays. I might want to keep it at 6 p.m. too. So let me know what you think. Get my thing on here. Are we on it right now? Here we go. So yep, I'm gonna hang it out. I think we had a good discussion. That's up to you. But I'm gonna get out of here. I got other stuff to do. I want to give me something to eat too. But anybody got anything for me? Going once? Going twice? You said if Falcon movie came out in the 80s, Prince would have played. I think he would have. He'd be like, ooh, I gotta fly. Give people the freedom. Ooh. You know what I mean? Type shit. But I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you stopping by. Boss, Calvin, Razor, anybody else who lurked in here. Appreciate you. I'm out here. I'll see you next time. Peace. What's good, spectacular soldiers? If you're like me, you're quite upset that video is over. Worry not. Here are some videos that YouTube thinks you'll like. Still bored? Then check out one of my 3 YouTube channels. We require more content. I hear you, yo. Then check out my Instagram or Twitter. And lucky for you, the name is the same everywhere. And remember, spectacular soldiers, if you can't be good, be good at